Hey guys, welcome back to another Dragonheir Silent Gods video. Today we're going to be talking about the new boss coming to the FAE Meander in Season 2. So having access to the test server does mean that I get to test out things like this. So this is one of the bosses that is completely new for Season 2. We've never had this before. So as you can see here, it's no longer the big plant thing, it's a mushroom broodmother, otherwise known as the giant mushroom spider. So if we have a look at the skills that this boss does, on its first skill is it attacks all enemies with each attack dealing poison damage and inflicting 3 stacks of mushroom toxin. So the mushroom toxin debuff reduces the healing the target receives by 1% per stack, and the target gets rid of 1 stack of mushroom toxin each time they are healed. When the mushroom toxin is at 100 stacks, the target dies immediately and cannot be resurrected. The second skill deals poison damage to the enemy that has applied the most healing and inflicts stun on them for 5 seconds, during which time an additional 5 stacks of mushroom toxin on them every 1 second, so 25 stacks of mushroom toxin. The third skill is summons 2 red cap spiderlings and 1 green cap spiderling at designated locations. The red cap spiderlings deal damage to surrounding enemies upon death, which builds up based upon the stacks of mushroom toxin the target has. Green caps attack the enemy with the most stacks of mushroom toxin regularly and inflicts defense penalty on them. It inflicts 1 stack of recovery over time on all players' heroes upon death, so this will help you to heal, but also recovery over time. Every time that ticks is going to help to deal with the stacks of the mushroom toxin, which we'll cover in a minute as well. The ultimate skill deals poison damage to all enemies and inflicts knocked up on them. Every stack of mushroom toxin that your targets have, they will take 3% more damage from this skill. The skill here, when taking damage, inflicts 1 stack of mushroom toxin on the attacker, and of course the boss is immune to all control effects as well. So the way I'm going to be fighting this boss today is utilising a lot of healers who heal very frequently, not necessarily about the amount they heal, although Furubath is obviously very good for healing, he does put out a lot of healing, but we're utilising things such as heal over time, or recovery over time, and also heals like this, where Garion generates a healing nexus at the designated area for 8 seconds, healing all allies within range every 1 second. So this skill alone will take 8 stacks off of each hero. So because of being on the test server, I have got some very limited gear on these heroes. I am using legendary gear, but I've only upgraded it to level 4, and the heroes are only level 70. One of them is rank 4 by accident, the rest are rank 3, so they don't have access to any rune slots, and I'm not using any on the one that was accidentally taken to level 4. So as you can see here, first of all I'm using Sigrid. So Sigrid is here as my damage dealer. She's really not built exceptionally, she doesn't have a huge amount of accuracy, although it should be enough for this stage as well. So Sigrid is going to be attacking an enemy, and then all enemies inflicted with debuffs with a chance of placing heal, prohibition and attack penalty. So she's here just to deal the damage, take care of the little spiders, the boss, and of course place attack penalty where possible too. I'm using Garion as one of my healers, so this is all about his ultimate skill where he generates a healing nexus at the designated area. We've just covered that. His battle skill heals the ally with the lowest current HP as well and grants debuff immunity. His passive skill, for each ally with less than 50% HP on the field, he gains 1 stack of recharging speed boost. This is just going to help him to recharge through that ultimate skill as fast as possible to deal with the stacks whenever possible as well. So then we're using Yola. So Yola's here as my debuffer, but she's also here to keep control of the little spiderlings that are spawning. As long as these are debuffed, then my Sigrid will be able to hit them and take care of them as quickly as possible. As well as that, she does deal a huge amount of control just in general. Her whole kit is revolving around control, but the attack penalty will help on the boss as well. Now we've got Enna, the rare hero. She is here for this recovery over time. So that's going to hit all of our team, making sure that they get rid of as many stacks as possible as well. We want to make sure we have as little possible stacks before the ultimate skill of the boss. She also grants hit recovery to an ally for 10 seconds, which is once again going to help deal with more stacks. As well as that, she restores her own health when she exceeds 25% of her max HP through damage, so it's just going to help her stay alive. Now, last of all, we've got Furubath. So Furubath's battle skill here generates a healing nexus around the hero for 6 seconds, healing all allies within range by 50% of his defense every 1 second. That is exactly why we've got everybody based around him, so that his battle skill, as you can see, will heal all of these targets. The only other thing that I've got here to consider is that my Furubath also is built for resistance. Because he is going to be the biggest healer in this team, it means that when the boss uses this skill here to stun the highest healer, he's going to resist that, and he's not going to take those extra 25 stacks or the stun for 5 seconds. So it's really important to build your highest healer with the with enough resistance to counter this boss. So if we have a look at the fight, I will talk you through exactly how this is going to play out. I am going to manual it just for the sake of recording this. So what's important is obviously these heals need to be going out as frequently as possible. So Garion is going to place his healing nexus here and help deal with the stacks. The spiderlings are about to spawn, so what we're going to do is we're going to debuff 2 of them with Fruabath, 1 of them with Viola, and then Sigrid can nuke them. As you can see here, the boss's ultimate is about to come round, and we have no stacks, well, 1 stack total of the debuff. This just allows us to make sure we're taking as little possible damage going into that ultimate skill, but also we are gaining a full amount of healing rather than a reduced amount because we're just not getting enough stacks to worry about it. So I think the key to this fight is going to be having heroes who can heal little and often, not necessarily having big healers or cleansers. We don't need to worry about that because this debuff isn't cleansable from what I can tell. Yeah, so you can see the border around it there. It's a protected debuff, so we can't cleanse that debuff. It is all about maintaining it through frequent healing. So heal over time effects, hit recovery effects, and also just continuous healing through ultimate skills like Garion's here. It's nice because heroes like this weren't necessarily in the limelight before this content, so obviously other than Fruabath, having a use for heroes like Garion is a really nice change of pace. So I'm quite excited to build him out on my main team to use him for this fight. Obviously this may change as we encounter some of the later stages of this boss. I'm only testing stage 10 currently, but the concept I feel should probably prevail through the rest of this rotation of FAE Meander for this boss, because it's just dealing with all of the mechanics very nicely and efficiently as well. So as you can see here, the boss is coming to an end. Obviously, I know it wouldn't always be the case that it dies this quickly, but we have been under absolutely no threat at all. I'm not massively over-leveled for this. Level 70, by the time you get to day 10 of FAE Meander, is probably not unrealistic. You may be slightly lower, but in reality, just wait a couple of days if you need to. It's all about clearing through this boss, and this team will help you do that. So thank you very much for watching the video today, guys. If you are interested in the content I'm putting out, please do remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.